Hi, my name's Asif Khan and I play the title character Tartuffe.
Hi, I'm Iqbal Khan and I'm director of Tartuffe.
Hi, I'm Richard.
And I'm Anil and we are the writers of Tartuffe.
Hey, we're the Pervez family.
The reason why I'm really excited about doing this play is, firstly, it's a great play, one of the great French plays by Molière. But secondly, the opportunity to do it in a way that reframes it for a modern audience, to set it in an Islamic context, for it to speak to a modern Birmingham Pakistani community is a fantastic way of refreshing the play and opening it out to as broad a community as we can.
It was a definite for me, just because it's a great play. I've worked with Iqbal before on a play called Snookered. I'd always enjoy working with the RSC, and it's just a fun play. It addresses a lot of things I feel strongly about as a Muslim. It's just a great comedy. The part is a real gift.
Greg's idea was to set the play in amongst the Pakistani Muslim community of Birmingham, which we thought initially was a terrible idea, but once we looked into it, turned out to be brilliant.
He's a joy to play, really, because he's just he's just a nasty human being, and but also very charismatic, very manipulative. He's basically a character who wears the mask of religion and has found his way into this family and got a grip of the head of the family, Imran, the father of the family, and just manipulates him and everyone to get everything he wants. Challenges, I mean, there's always like a different challenge with every part you play. It's been fairly straightforward, actually. I've had a lot of support from the team's great. Iqbal, the director, has been fantastic, and we've had a lot of time to kind of play and discover the character. Obviously, when you first enter the rehearsal room, you don't know how it will end up being. Actually, the most challenging thing is to act with that beard, and to have this huge beard on me, and just getting used to that. That is the biggest challenge.
So we bonded together. I don't know, the way I did it, I think, was just that we did lots of work together as a company, movement work and playing games and things like that. But I'm a bit of an outsider, so actually I just was very aloof and watched them all from a distance.
No, that's not true. That is so not true.
Come on, what about you lot?
I just think catching joke.
Yeah, I think sense of humour plays a big part.
Really
and
big
if you
part.
can laugh together, then that's, 70% of the battle. And she did bring me in a lot of food, like dal and rice, because I'm away from home and I miss my mum's khana. And she's very good at masarani dal, so get your orders in.
Yeah, I just think, basically just what these guys said.
Yeah, we just laughed a lot in the rehearsal room, really, and
She's very funny. Wicked.
Really funny.
Wicked
Very
granny
funny.
character. Yeah.
I just told them off all the time. That's what it was.
Art imitating life.
What did you do? What did you do?
I told them off all the time. Just stop asking me questions.
The part of the play that I like the most, given that there's a comedy and it's quite madcap, and lots of my part feels quite knife edge. There's a sort of real rhythm to the writing, and if you drop off it, you find you fall a long way. So it's a real relief for me. And there's one part of the play where I get to say that I love my husband, and it sort of drops somewhere emotional and simple, and there's a little bit of space around it, and that's very nice. I like it. That's my favourite bit.
It's really hard because there's so many bits of the play which I like. There's my scenes with Sasha, but I also love their scenes as well. There's a scene that the character Mariam has with Waqas and Darina. There's so many funny, poignant and moving moments, and I love Raj's rapping. He's hilarious.
Brilliant.
When you both rap together, I shouldn't give too much away.
They're both brilliant.
They're both brilliant. There's just so much that I can't give you a favourite. It's just, you just have to come and see it. That's what I have to say, really.
Yeah.
Get your ticket now.
No, just to...
Yeah, Grandma's spoken.
Grandma has spoken. Dadima has spoken. Yeah, no, just to say, I think that it's a play that is really difficult to identify, certainly for me, a specific scene or a specific moment that is a favourite. I think that it has something for absolutely everybody, and I think that it can relate to so many people cross-generationally, different ages. It's got heart, it's got soul. There are funny moments. There are moments that you that really hit you. It's come see it, like Dadima said. So.
We come from a sort of comedy background, so we tend to take the gags as read, sort of literally, but we take them for granted a bit, and so I think my favourite parts of the play are where the emotional power of the story comes through, and I think there are a couple of places where you really feel upset for in experiencing what the characters are going through. So I was
not for long though.
Not for long, because
there's
a joke coming along soon. But I think those are the moments that for me I've been most pleased about. But I can't take credit for that because that's Molière really. So.
We can address the lack of diversity by training more actors from diverse backgrounds, more playwrights, more artistic directors who are non-white. We want a diverse range of artistic directors in theatres, producers, but also not just that, people who want to genuinely represent what this country is, which is a diverse range of people on the stage.
Diversity in theatre is a problematic issue. I don't know whether when I do my work I specifically set out to address it. It's a part of how I work, full stop. I mean, I hope I embrace every kind of community of artists, every kind of audience that I can in the work that I make. Specifically, often there's an opportunity in plays to open a play out from a very specific way of, a very specific maybe performance history. And I enjoy doing that. I enjoy going back and kind of challenging the assumptions about the play that might open it out to a broader community. So with Othello, it was the idea of a white Iago and subverting that idea. And in this play, the opportunity to reframe who this play is for, the community that it speaks to, and even within that context, to make the point that a modern Birmingham Muslim might not always be brown.
I mean, firstly, it's a comedy. I want them to come, I want them to laugh, enjoy the play, but there's so many issues within the play. For example, women's rights, that's one thing. And also the play really represents like a diverse range of Muslims. You've got, for example, Darina, who's a Bosnian Muslim who smashes all stereotypes of what a Muslim woman is. So, I mean, there's lots of issues within the play, but they're all in the story. So it gives you a lot to think about, but hopefully gets you laughing throughout the whole play.
Actually, in some ways, it's a comedy, but there are also some serious issues. So it's for everybody. I mean, I don't know how to sort of say this, but in a nutshell, there's issues on gender, on the treatment of women. Then there's the issues of religion and how religion is perceived.
I think that we're living. I think there's a moment in the play that is, without spoiling it, which if you come and see the play and you get to the end of the play, where what the essence of the play really is about is kind of essentially sort of is translated to the audience. I think that we are living in really, really complex times in terms of what's going on socially, politically. I think that, you know, immigrant communities, Muslim communities, British Pakistani communities, Asian communities, by extension, any sort of black and minority ethnic community is often, you know, these communities are compartmentalised, they're stereotyped, they are seen to be, you know, we look at these communities through a 2D lens. And I think it's what I would love for people to come and watch this is to walk away and being like, you can be British and you can be Pakistani, you can be complex, you can be multi-layered, you can be 3D. And so that people that maybe harbour certain stereotypes will walk away and be like, actually, I don't really know much about this community, but I've learned something today.
Well, as much as anything, it's a universal story.
Yeah,
it belongs
is,
to
yeah.
all of us, and it's about family, and it's about what we hope for each other, and how sometimes we clash over that. But most of it comes from love, and I think it's great fun.
Yeah. If I forget looking at the play as a whole, in terms of the character that I play, I think as a woman, as a brown woman, you know, you're often on the receiving end of a lot of stereotype that Asian women are meek, we're docile, we're subservient, we don't have opinions, we need to be saved, we need to be liberated. And I hope that in some small way that people come and watch this and go, and it subverts their preconceived ideas about particularly Asian women, certainly from a character point of view. There's so much more to be said, but if I was to pin it down into one thing, it would be that.
What she said.
I hope audiences laugh loads. I hope they find it very funny, that they find it vivid, but also that it is a play that deals with the complexity of the modern world. It does it in a light way, but yeah, I hope it makes them think. I hope it challenges them, and I hope they leave feeling a bit more compassionate about others in the world.
Catch Tartuffe at the RSC in Stratford-upon-Avon. It's open now and we run all the way till February 23rd.